Hello, my name's Karina and welcome to my classroom. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Guy Fawkes, because if you live in the United Kingdom and if it is November, then you will probably be getting ready to light that bonfire and set off some fireworks. However, if you are not living in the UK, then you might be wondering, who on earth am I talking about? Well, I'm going to have to take you all the way back to 1605, and you're going to meet a gentleman called Guy Fawkes, who was an expert in explosives. At that time, King James I was the ruler of Great Britain. However, he was very controversial. While some people agreed with his opinions, others did not, and Guy Fawkes was most certainly one of them. And he decided, along with several others, that they were going to blow up the Houses of Parliament while King James I was sitting there. Yes, that is treason. Now, Guy Fawkes was a master of explosives, so he was in charge of getting the gunpowder and lighting the fuse. But the plan was foiled and he was captured and therefore tortured until he released all the names of the people who had plotted against the king. Since then, we have celebrated Guy Fawkes Year every year on the 5th of November. And interestingly, it was actually illegal not to do so up until 1959, which is only about 64 years ago. Anyway, that is enough of history. Let's head down to my desk and let's draw. You're going to need, of course, some paper and a pencil. All right, see you there. Just a quick reminder for you before we begin. This is a drawing video, which means you can pause this at any moment if you need a little bit more time to finish off some of the instructions that I have given you. Right, let's get started with drawing Guy Fawkes. We're going to be doing a light outline for his head to begin with, which is an oval shape. And we're going to draw that around about the halfway point of the page. So a round oval down and round back up again to the top. And I'm just doing that lightly because we will need to rub out some of those lines at the end. Okay, Guy Fawkes has a large brimmed hat. So we're going to start just below halfway on the oval, and we're going to take it out, round, up high, across the top of the head, up, round, up high, and then back in again to behind his head there. So this is the brim, or indeed the underneath of the hat. We're going to then start building the hat on top of his head. So when you're ready, we're going to draw a straight, not really a straight line, we're going to draw a curved line on the left hand side and a curved line on the right hand side, just outside of that original head shape. Then we're going to take the hat right up high, add one bump on the left, and then add another bump on the right before bringing it back down again. Just above the brim of the hat, I'm also going to draw another curved line along the top because it has got a little bit of detail on the hat, which is red across the top there. Right, let's rub out that line now. Let's rub out that headline now. And that is now Guy Fawkes' face with his hat on top of his head. We're now going to add his hair on the left and right hand side, which is coming out from underneath the hat. I'm going to add that down like that with some short, sharp, spiked edges. And he also has a long goatee beard, so I'm actually going to keep that line coming down to create the beard shape on the left and right hand side. Once you have done that, let's go back and add some of his facial features. He's going to have his nose coming down the middle. I'm going to draw a straight line down the middle of his face and then add a curve at the bottom to create the nose. We're going to keep his eyes a little bit cartoony for this one, so I'm going to give him round oval eyes as well. So see if you can add one round oval eye on the right hand side, one round oval eye on the left hand side. You may find that those ovals cross over with the nose, and that's also absolutely fine if that happens. Just tuck it behind the front of his nose. Now, Guy Fawkes has a large moustache, so coming from under the nose, we're going to draw a curved line up, and then we're going to bring the moustache down and back into, almost back into that original line, but not quite. We're going to do the same on the other side, bring it out, and then bring that jagged line back in, like so, into his nose to create the moustache. Now we're going to actually finish off the rest of the beard, and the beard is really going to be covering most of the bottom of his face. So rub out that line that we had at the bottom, his face line, so that we can't see that under the beard. And then we're just going to add the rest of his beard, probably coming down from his hair up here as well. Bring that down, round to leave a little bit of space for his mouth, which will be in this area here. And I'm just going to give him a smile. Right, now we have the hat, the brim of the hat, the hair, his beard, and his moustache. We're going to actually leave the pupils of the eyes. I will add the eyebrows. I've just remembered I've not done that, so I'm going to give him nice round open eyebrows, and we're going to start working on something he's holding in his hand. Now, as I said to you, Guy Fawkes was the master of explosives, so he is going to be holding a bomb in his hand. So you're going to draw the thumb first of all, which comes out and round and back in, and then we're going to take another bigger loop up higher, which is his finger, and bring it down into his wrist. It will make sense, I promise, once it's finished. Then curve the line at the bottom before adding a frilly part, I guess, of his sleeve, and you can add the edges of the sleeve down below like that. Now, in his hand, I did say he was going to be carrying an explosive, so we are going to add that round explosive now, sitting on the palm of his hand. Now again, it's crossed over the beard is crossed over the hat, so we're going to rub that out, and we can just finish that off there with a small fuse and a flame. Right, let's carry on with his body. Again, I'm just going to quickly remind you, if you want to pause the video to catch up with any of that, please do so now. If not, we're going to keep going with the rest of his body. Now, the top of his shoulders are going to be two straight lines coming across, and he's wearing one of those frilly kind of neckerchief collar things, I don't know what they're called, which I'm going to bring around the front of his body. And if you have any space below, we're going to add some stripes underneath for his clothing. Once you have done the stripes at the bottom and the frilly part on the top, all you have to do now is add in a bit of a curved line at the side, which will represent his other arm. We have now essentially finished our outline of Guy Fawkes. What we do now need to do is go back and decide which way we want his eyes to be looking. I think I might have them looking up to the left, just for a change, because the other pictures I've done them facing another way. But it's up to you. You might want him to have them looking at the explosive, or just looking straight forward. I'm going to pop them looking up that way, as if to say, I'm just checking that nobody is watching what I'm up to. Right. I think it's time now to add a bit of colour. Now, you'll be pleased to know that Guy Fawkes actually doesn't have much colour in him. You will need a colour for his hat and his clothing, which is mainly black. I'm going to use a skin colour for his face. We will keep his frill here and his eyes white. And we're also going to use a red, or some different tones of red anyway, for the hat and for the stripes on his tunic. Let's see if we can add some colour now. It's maybe a good idea now for you to pause the video if you want to add colour yourself. I'm going to do this in super fast time, and I will see you once it's finished. And that is my drawing of Guy Fawkes finished. I hope you've managed to draw along, and I'm hoping that you now have something that looks like Guy Fawkes as well. Usually I recommend people sign their pictures, but instead of that today, I'm going to write "Remember, Remember." And I'm sure you know the poem too. Remember, remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason, and plot. And that is how to draw Guy Fawkes. I hope you have a brilliant bonfire night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!